Good morning, Run Junkies. Welcome to Dopey Challenge Training Week number 5. It is Monday morning and I'm out for a walk because I kind of got a slow start this morning. My brain isn't quite ready for Monday. So instead of doing a run, I'm going to go out for a nice long walk this morning. I'm going to answer some questions that you guys have thrown at me over the last few weeks. Questions that you're concerned about maybe going into Dopey Challenge training or going to a Run Disney event. I'm going to answer those questions here. So stick around. Let's have some fun this week. So one of the questions I got, which is a really good question, and it is rooted in some fact and some history here. So Leslie asked, can you bring your own pre-mixed hydration into the Disney Marathon? Or do you have to bring in the powder or whatever mix you're going to use and mix it after you go through security or whatever? You can bring in your pre-mixed stuff. You can mix it in your room, throw it in your bladder, and bring it in your hydration pack before you end up, before you bring it into the marathon itself. So, okay, it's Tuesday morning. I am wearing ears because today is the day I'm doing the Frozen virtual 5K. Link above, I hope. Because at this point, I'm a day late in getting this thing recorded. It is 4 times more complicated than I had originally planned, and I'm coming down to the wire on the release date. Okay, so I'm a bit stressed out this morning because not only do I have to get my workout in, but I'm having to shoot it. And that's the hardest part about doing this and kind of vlogging along the way is that somehow I have to show you what I'm doing when 90% of the time I don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, so today is a 60-minute run. This is the first 60-minute run outside of the long runs in the training plan. So our midweek workouts, midweek runs have been 30 to 45 minutes. Now we're getting up into the 60-minute range. So those are going to start being a regular thing pretty much. You know, we're going to build up to 3 60-minute runs or better for really the remainder of the training plan. So first 60-minute workout today, and I'm going to make sure I get it done on the treadmill because it's got to be at least a 5K. And then on top of that, I'm doing the Run Disney Frozen 2 inspired cross-training workout because, you know, I have to complicate things. So first things first, I got to warm up. And then I'm gonna get on the treadmill and I'm gonna get this done. So a 10-minute video is probably gonna take me 3 hours to shoot. Forget about the editing. Oh, you're making this really hard to foam roll. Thank you. You know what this means. You know what this means. She knows what this means. These work for pretty much every Run Disney weekend coming up. I can make this work. All right, good morning. It is a speed work day today, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I allow myself to basically choose your own adventure as far as the speed work goes from week to week. I have probably a dozen favorite workouts. So I couldn't decide between a pyramid run or some kind of tempo run. And I am doing speed work now with Mindy May for a couple of reasons. She's ready for it. And this week, I haven't had the chance to get her out. My son got the back to school crud gave it to my husband. My husband's been down for the count, so he hasn't been able to take them to the park. And I've been so busy and doing other projects that getting them out for a run has had to get tabled for a while. So she's doing speed work with me, hopefully to get some of her yayas out. She's got a lot of yayas. Good morning, it's Thursday. We're getting down to the end of the month here, and a lot happens for me toward the end of the month. This is when I start looking at my goals for the year, the goals for the month that I usually set out at the beginning of the month, and I stack up my progress against that. I'm not going to say I'm behind, but it is going to be tight to reach some of my goals. So I'm out this morning for a walk. A really, really, really long walk. 5 miles today. Doesn't seem like long, but when you have back-to-back calls all day, you know that time is precious. So I have 4 mileage challenges to reach by the end of this month, which is fine. I can do it, but it is going to take some focus and concentration, and I'm going to have to get it done. So I'm out with Miko, the Wonder Mutt, because frankly, Mindy's too much for me right now. Okay, so this week has been so crazy, I've kind of forgotten what I was going to talk about this week. I'm answering questions. So Alyssa is training for the Disney Marathon. She says just the marathon, but I think we know what she means. She's not training for the Dopey Challenge or the Goofy. We have 26.2 miles. One of the things that I always recommend is getting a lot of time on your feet. So that training for something like the Dopey Challenge, Goofy Challenge, multi-day challenges is about time on your feet and not so much about speed. So Alyssa's question is, should I be training for time on my feet when I'm doing the marathon? And I spend a lot of time for my job on my feet. And she's a pharmacist, and she works 12-hour shifts in the pharmacy on her feet. Alyssa, the short answer to the question is, no, you don't have to worry so much about the time on your feet. The runs that you're gonna do should be deliberate and should really be planned for. So you probably have some juggling to do when it comes to your time management. But really, you may not have to do as many miles as you might think. So you're already doing the time on your feet, the extra walks, all of that other stuff you probably don't need to do as much of. Just make sure that you're getting in the runs and do them easy so you're not burning yourself out, and making sure you're getting the foam rolling and the stretching and all of that good stuff, especially with all that time on your feet. Oh, here we go. Friday morning. Yesterday was nuts. I had back-to-back calls with my clients all day. I love talking with my clients, I really do. But I also had a podcast. I try not to do that to myself. When I have 8 client calls in a row, with only a short lunch break in between, and then have, podcast guests, I try not to do that. But this one had to happen, and I was really excited about it. It's kind of exciting because, it's exciting and bittersweet. Because today's the day of the kids triathlon, the one that my son did every single year since he was 5, but now he's too old. So that's today. It takes over the entire neighborhood, and it is a fun morning for our little corner of town. All right, guys, I've hit my turnaround point, 5 miles. Hour and 10 minutes. Gonna head back downhill. Now, the hard part about being on this trail, this is my trail that I usually run, especially long runs. I'm just gonna keep going more and more east every long run that I'm out here. Hard part about this trail is that it goes upstream, so you're going uphill. As long as you're going east, you're going uphill. Generally, you just ever so slightly uphill, and it has a cumulative challenging effect. So on the way back, it's going to be a little bit downhill. I think I'm going to be going with the wind, which is also good. Yeah, these long runs, man. I'm not a marathoner, but I'm going to get them done. All right, guys. I am on my way back. Going to finish off this run, and I'm going to close it out this week. I'm switching my runs to Sundays now for a few weeks at least, because, in fact, probably for most of the training cycle until cross country's over. Cross country meets are on Saturday mornings, and my long runs are up over 2 hours now. There's no way that both are going to happen. I have a couple of options. I can switch to Friday, my long runs to Friday, or to Sunday. Sunday just feels a little better because Fridays there's school. So I'm going to be experimenting with Sunday long runs. I don't really care for it, but I really prefer Saturdays. We'll get it done. So that is going to do it for me this week. Not really what I was hoping to bring you this week. A little bit all over the place, scatterbrained, but that's me. So thank you so much for being here. For those of you who have already supported my team MSAA DOPEY Challenge training, thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot that you're, putting your running shoe money toward my efforts to raise awareness for multiple sclerosis. Really appreciate all the support so far. If you haven't yet, and you would like to support my DOPEY Challenge training, please check the link in the description for all the ways you can support me and this great organization. I'm done, guys. Heading home. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Until then, remember, you have no limits. Happy running. Why are you all up in my face? Hi. International Dog Day. Mindy. Hi. Where's your rope? Get your rope. Mindy. Hi, get your rope. Oh, got your rope.